Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this week's midweek motivation. I hope that you're all off to a great week so far and that you're prepared to finish on a strong, amazing note. This week's segment is focused on being under construction. What does that mean in the physical and natural sense? This week, I began to take a look at construction in a whole totally different view. And so I just want to share some motivation with you guys. I have, again, never looked at construction like I looked at it. I know what construction is. It's anything that's being built, constructed, or improved. We're almost at that season. Spring comes, we want to improve everything. And so when I started to look at it through totally different lenses, that's when I was, convicted about the construction process. Simply put, when we're under construction, there's something that we're trying to build. There's something that we're trying to get to the next level in. We seek to want to make some improvements. And so, even when I began to look at this topic for this week and spending some time with it on my podcast, spending some time with it on YouTube. The first thing that immediately came to my attention is you have to be very careful in exposing yourself to others when you are under construction. You have to be. And the reason why is just like you're building a home and the foundation has barely been laid. You wouldn't invite anyone in to see your home like that. You wouldn't invite them in until there's a finished product. When you have fully constructed whatever it is that you're trying to deliver, that's when you present or give that grand finale of what it is that you've been building. During the construction process, keep in mind, physical construction, it's labeled as dangerous during the construction process. However, in the natural sense, it can be labeled as delicate. You're in a delicate season of your life. Keep in mind, we get very excited about being under construction when it comes to physical things. But a lot of times when it comes to the things that naturally we need to go under construction for, we're not so happy about the process that we have to endure. The biggest challenge that often takes place during the construction process is figuring out who should be permitted access during this time. In the natural, you have to create boundaries for who has access to you during your construction season. I did some research. When you think about like construction, you want to prevent access and control access so you can prevent additional damage for what it is that you're seeking to construct. You want to prevent any theft or vandalism. When you're under construction, naturally, the last thing you want to do is lose or damage all that you've been seeking to build. So why should we wait? Whether we're waiting to share good news of what we've been building physically, or we're seeking to share some of those self-improvements that we've been able to absorb, it is imperative that we ensure we've established a firm foundation. Just like the home that's being built, you want to make sure that during this phase, when you're being constructed, it's not ready for delivery until it has been built, inspected, signed, sealed, and the keys have been delivered. We don't want to invite anyone into our self-construction phase that may not be ready for guests. We have to make sure that we're standing on a firm foundation for achieving those things that we needed to achieve during the construction process. And, if we don't wait, unfortunately, the foundation, it just won't stand. It won't be strong. Everything that you worked so hard for while under construction, unfortunately, if you don't wait with letting people in at the appropriate time, everything could crumble. I always say, talk to God first and foremost, because only He knows when you're ready to be revealed. God is tired of us just patching up our life to look like we got it all under control. When in reality, we need some help. We need to go under construction. There's some junk that needs to be removed. There's some junk that's been left in the foundation. If you've ever built, when you build a home, a lot of times when you go to improve certain things or reconstruct certain things, you realize and you see the junk that was left behind during the building process. Yes, you see it. I mean, I've heard it. I've seen it myself. And so we know like a lot of times things are being constructed quickly. And so we want to take time so that we build a firm foundation so that when we do go to make improvements or we do go to even rebuild, we're standing on a firm foundation that we can build on. And the inviting guests into those moments just we're not ready for, just wait. Trust timing. Trust the time and let the dust settle, let the foundation settle. Surround yourself with people that are going to support you after the construction, because it's going to be hard. A lot of times we go into construction, we're going into construction for weight loss. We're going into construction to get rid of bad attitudes. We're going into construction to just get ourselves together, and the last thing we want is a lot of noise. You can't be constructed in the midst of chaos. You just can't. I understand some people gonna want to still see you. I understand some people gonna want to still hang, do things that you normally would do. But when you're under construction, you have been set aside for such a time as this to focus on what you need to focus on. I just think back to when I was building my home. I was very excited, probably was violating some rules and coming by when the foundation wasn't firmly built, like it was in the construction phases. But sometimes we get so excited. We just want to see it. We want to see the progress. We want to know how it's going. When some things, we just got to leave them in the natural sense in God's hand and go on about our business and not worry about the things that maybe we're missing in life, because life is going to be life. It's going to continue. When you come back, it'll be the same. Or hopefully it will have changed and you will have changed and you'll be ready to receive what life has to offer. I know that many of us have been under self-construction for quite some time, and we're ready for that grand moment. But I highly, highly advise and motivate you all to say, trust timing. Trust timing, because when it's time, you will be able to share your testimony over and over again. You will be able to continue to spread your light about being reconstructed and what was able to be done for you in the process being reconstructed. And you can continue to look forward to the chapters ahead. Because nobody wants to be in construction forever. You don't want to be working on your house forever. Eventually, you have some sight in mind of the improvement that's going to be done, or the home that you're building, or whatever it is that you're reconstructing. You have high hopes, and you just know that one day it's going to be what you need it to be. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Midweek Motivation. Continue to go out and be great, all while doing some amazing things during the process. This has been your girl 7, and I will see you soon.